These are vibes from Venus, where the mind learns how to breathe. We sit with truth, unpack the feelings, and let the soul speak honestly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Vibes from Venus. We are live in effect today. Unfortunately, our other guests did not make it, but however, I have one of the most amazing producers that I've ever worked with on set with me today.
That's very kind. That is very kind, but thank you.
You're very welcome. So, welcome to the orbit. And what I would like to start off is with a recap from Wednesday with a logical lash. um,
uh,
as we all know, we have been curating this list for R&B singers. We're trying to come up with a top 10.
right.
However, when I threw in my wrench of Justin Bieber, the entire segment turned into First
Niggas don't dance
Lady.
no more.
Listen, it was like First Lady gang up on, and y'all put like Frederick Douglass on me, and I'm just gonna be 100% real.
Right about that.
I was like, is that Don King? Because I had no idea. The hair was matching. And so I was like, okay, it's gang up on La La Day. But guess what's going to happen next week? The
I don't
Logic
know
Flash.
because I'm retiring a list for a week. It has
Oh,
kept me up the
hmm.
last fortnight. Um, so yeah, the list is we gonna slow the list down for a little bit. We're gonna come back to it. It's just I'm gonna let it breathe for about 2 weeks. Let everybody get their bearings back because I know a lot of people were frazzled last week.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of therapy bills in the mail, so we're gonna chill out and hold off on the list for about 2 weeks.
Well, I'm actually glad you said that because I have a surprise coming on Wednesday. Because Payback is a witch. Oh, there's the Logic Lash. Y'all in for it. Don't gang up on First Lady because
I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even there.
I'll recall somebody as my phenomenal producer putting up Frederick Douglass on me.
Technically, that was Boomer. I asked you a question. I said, because you seem like a studious person, so I figured a Frederick Douglass type. I didn't mean Frederick Douglass himself. I just meant like a old young nigga that's smart and dumb at the same time.
Ooh,
He 25, but he looked 45.
oh
I
my
just
God.
but he got good credit and pay his bills on time. So I just figured that's the kind of dude you went for. I didn't.
Mm,
They took it as I meant Frederick Douglass, and that's when all
mm-mm.
hell broke loose. But it wasn't me.
It
Uh,
did
uh,
break loose. I was like, all I did was
wasn't me.
mention Justin Bieber, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, First Lady Day. I said, okay, I got something for y'all on Wednesday.
And
I'm
I
glad
had
the
left
list
right
is on
after
pause.
that. And then I came back to the Frederick Douglass. I don't know what happened with Justin Bieber because I had missed that part. I had to excuse myself.
Well, so for the Logic Lash for today, y'all in for a rude awakening on Wednesday, and I
Yeah,
just
let
saw
them niggas have it because they deserve it. How
they are
dare they?
they gonna get it. I see that green heart in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep them coming. Green heart is my signature. I guess I use it for mental health, and so I advocate that all day, every day on a dime. So thank you for that. I appreciate that in the comments. Yeah. So with that lash being told and over with, let me introduce my pivot for today. As we all know, we had a guest that was coming onto the show, but we decided to make a logical pivot. And we have brought on our phenomenal producer.
Man,
Uh,
that's a little generous. You can just
we're going to keep
regular
it calm.
producer.
Mm-mm. Nah,
Look at that press buttons.
nah. Okay, bro. So I'm gonna give you your clout and your flowers all
Ah,
day.
unnecessary. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, let me just mention the glasses though. They're very posh. Okay.
Yeah, I got it from Tony Stark. I was like, you know what? I need some cool shades, and I was like, eat it. So I got 2 pair for $1 from Amazon.
Ah, listen, I'm gonna mock those and mimic them so we can be like twinsies on the show next week.
Blue blockers. I don't see nothing but blue. Really weird.
All right, guys. So I am introducing Mr. Darius DC Chambers. We are doing a logical pivot today from the original guest, and I decided to bring him onto the show as a strategic outlier. So the topic of the show today is the cognitive ceiling of stillness. Okay, so we are basically breaking down the structure of his 6 year, uh, I would say, adventure into podcasting. The real world has hit. So let's pivot into this industry and ask you a few questions, DC, about your architecture and your dopamine and dedication and things like that. Okay.
Word.
Word. Let's get it going. So, y'all have all seen the show. Okay.
You
We
haven't. Don't worry about it.
we are live on Wednesdays at What the Shit podcast, which I am very honored to be the first lady and co-host of, by way of Mr. Chambers. So we want to just dig into the
Oh,
quiet
shout out Boom and Court too. I don't want
one
because
hundred
I
percent.
as soon as you said that, I'll get an email later on like nigga, you couldn't name us. So I don't want to let nobody left out. Also, Lil Jimmy used to be there. He was our fictitious dude who I blame shit on when stuff went wrong. Lil Jimmy got a lot of them Jeopardy games y'all seen where shit was misspelled. That was Lil Jimmy. I found him
Okay.
at an orphanage and I was like, you know what? You look like a strapping young inquisitive computer genius, and he was not.
Okay, so I stand corrected. Let me backtrack because I love my brothers. So I want to shout out that I co-host at What the Shit. I'm also the first lady, and I co-host with my brothers Boom and Court. And
Shout out Lil Jimmy.
we yes, and it is phenomenal. Wednesdays are fun and mayhem. That's where we keep the nice logic going with me aside coming aboard. I gotta keep my guys in check. But however, we are at Vibes from Venus tonight, and I would like to unpack DC's structure of his 6 year build. So we're going to start off by asking you a few questions, DC. Okay, I want to ask
Gotcha.
you about your pivots into the industry. What impacted you and what gave you the structural dynamic to start podcasting?
Uh my dad died. It was COVID. Remember, like it was yesterday. Matter of fact, it's coming up on 6 years in about 2 weeks. So it was COVID, April 2020. He went into a coma, and we had to end up pulling the plug. At the time, I didn't have any like release. It was, world shut down, everybody zooming and doing all that. My dude Chris, who was a part of the show when I first started, he had his podcast. He was starting one of the co-hosts, and he seen that there was a lot going on. We were in school for broadcasting, so we was doing classes from Zoom with like 3 other cities. It was just the best. So during that time, I just kind of wanted to do my own thing after he brought me on, and I started. I don't know if I had structure. I would say I just started. I had a weird ass logo, and I had Court, I had another guy named Jason and Chris, and we started on Zoom talking shit, and it kind of grew and blossomed, but I'm not gonna jump too far.
Mhm. I thank you for sharing that and sympathies for you, for the loss of your father.
Oh, we're
Um,
passing now. I mean, now it's not
yeah.
as bad, especially like after last year. Um, Going through some of the stuff I went through. Like this year, I feel better. So I'm probably gonna go down to Cincinnati with my brothers and celebrate, do something because his birthday, which is crazy, is he passed away around the 6th, and his birthday is on the 31st. So we
Okay.
kind of celebrate him twice 1 month.
That is amazing. I too share your sentiments on that as I lost my brother 15 years ago. And grief is something that is forever going to live with you. It's just how you cope with it. And I love the fact that you guys are meeting up to share his memory. We kind of do the same thing in my family. I try to go up for his birthday every year. So I feel you on that. And I'm applauding you and your brothers for taking those necessary steps because that's healing. And sharing in his memory is something that is amazing in itself, and it shows perseverance first once you're thriving through it. And so I'm very happy for you guys for commemorating him every year in that capacity. Um, so when I ask you, um, with that and you starting your podcast, did it start off as a healing segment for you within the stillness, or did you find yourself using humor as an outlet? So did you start with a mental capacity and then move into
Oh
um,
no, 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 no. We started out wanting to just talk shit. It was just like I said, for me, it was just a way to crack jokes with people I like.
mhm.
I never set out to do mental health or any other some of the stuff we've done. I just started out wanting to just talk shit and just release what I had inside. Just, that
Mhm.
sounded weird, but just wanted to be able to. I like talking mess. Like it's freeing, being able to just say what you feel and share it. So that's what we did. Well, I mean, we didn't set out to offend nobody, so it was all fun jokes, but it was just having fun. It was like a barbershop man cave, just four people sitting around talking whatever happened in the day or the week or whatever. At that time, it was COVID, so we was talking about people not washing their dirty ass hands and buying toilet paper and all the shit people did
Yes.
needlessly. But here we are
Yeah.
doing it again.
We are. Yes. And great feat. We're back in pivot mode. And like I said, Wednesdays, 8:15, fun and mayhem. Um, I'm proud of you for restructuring and coming back into your podcasting. So let's talk about that dopamine. Last week we did have a guest on the show, Silver Self, forget it. The servants were here. I can't say the word.
Civil
Uh,
servant.
Thank you. One and two surprisingly showed up, who just happens to be some of my best friends. But we did talk about dopamine. So for you, I want to ask your dopamine versus your dedication. So your show has risen. It is doing great things. There's a quiet luxury to it. The frequency and production and marketing, right? The mayhem. So I want to talk about the architecture. I know we're unscripted on Wednesdays, but however, we do have some kind of structure. Like, we gonna just throw this out there. But what made you design and just throw it out there like you did?
Life. For me, all what the shit is just my personality being shown to the world. Things I think about, movies I've seen, all the crazy shit that happens during the day is just those things that get me ideas to do stuff. I mean, I don't even have a structure. I don't even just wake up and be like, this is what I'm gonna do this week. It kind of hit me. I might have something planned and come Wednesday, something else to hit me and I switch it up. So it's no really rhyme or reason. It's whatever hits me, whatever feels like I want to talk about
I
and
love
hope
it.
people want to listen to.
Oh, they're listening. They might not show that they're listening, but they're listening and they're watching. Um, so the dopamine behind that. Tell me about your dopamine. Like, how does it make you feel? Like when you're podcasting.
Weird and fun at the same time.
Let's talk about the weirdness. Unpack that for me.
Well, people might not know this, but I don't like to talk a lot. Like, why does this camp? I don't like small talk. Oh, it's the bane of my existence. And I might be weird. I feel like Sheldon sometimes because I don't like I love people, but I don't
Mhm.
like people. Um, I guess I would be called what's that? A recluse, whatever it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
Because I mean,
Recluse.
I like people, but it's just I get people out like talking, and
Yes.
sometimes it's draining. And
Yes.
I have a personality where I have a social battery. My social battery grows lower the more I talk. So I try to get through the day talking without, talking. But it's that's what makes it weird because I'm on a podcast and I'm always talking. But it's also kind of strange to be talking, you know, so much.
Absolutely.
I'm not
Why?
like I said, I'm not really a shy person, but I'm also not, you know, out
And
there like that.
extroverted in a sense
I'm in
of
the middle. I'm what's that?
yeah.
Uh
Yes.
ambient, whatever it is.
Yes. I cannot exactly right now recall the term.
Ambivalent. That's what it is.
There,
Ambivalent.
there it
Kind of just in the
is.
middle. It's
Mm-hmm.
because like I can be around people and it's lights on, and then sometimes I just got to get the way.
Yes. And so the neurologic behind that, because I reconcile with what you just said. In my younger days, I used to be very outgoing, very extroverted. And I found that after I had my child, I became a little bit more recluse as well. So I'm not exactly as extroverted. So I'm a little bit more ambivalent too. And so people would not know that about me because I am very talkative. So I share that sentiment that you just spoke on as being overstimulated. And that's the neurologic behind it because some of us are easily overstimulated. And you kind of have to quiet the noise. So, your stillness within that capacity, let's talk about it. Um, do you feel as if your coping mechanism after the show is something that you fall into, or are you feeling a little bit more relieved after the show if we're going to talk about stillness?
After a show is weird. So I said all that, and then it's after the show, I'll be like, I want to do it again.
Ooh.
It's because it's that I call it frenetic energy. That
Mm-hmm.
when you're talking about stuff you like, you enjoy it more. So after a show, we'll probably spend 25 minutes talking it still after the show
Mm-hmm.
about stuff that either happened on the show or we'll starting other conversations. To me, that's kind of dope because you don't really, sometimes you don't really get that in life
Mm-hmm.
or often to where you're bouncing off the walls, like your energy is still up. So you still want to kind of talk, but you know you're kind of tired, but at the same time, it's a dope conversation. So you want to continue it just to see where it goes. So it's kind of like that. So it's like after the show, I still had that energy. So I'll go listen to music if I'm not talking to people. Definitely weed helps a lot. Um, and just
Yeah.
being calm, just knowing that I need to bring my energy down just to level out.
Yeah. So the dopamine is packed, you know. Um we do have such a great family dynamic. So when the show does end, we don't want to leave each other because our conversations are so great. So yeah, green room is always lit. If you guys don't know, but we can't clip those because it's a little bit too much dedication at that point. We talk
Oh yeah,
about things
sometimes I'll
that
be wanting to tell y'all, I'm like, man, there's times I snuck out without even saying nothing.
I know.
I've
And
gotten
I'm
to the point to where, so here's the thing. Um, After, what I'm saying, last year, I've learned that when it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. I ain't,
Mhm, mhm,
I'm sorry if I offend somebody when I leave, but I'm not
yeah,
waiting around to be excused. Like
mhm,
I gotta go because I don't, because then if I stay too long, I can start to get, angry or, upset because I'm like, I just want to chill, decompress.
Hmm. That's
So
the
I've
st-
dipped on people plenty of times. If anybody sees it, my bad. Um, I don't know. I get to a point to where it's not that I need to be alone. It's just I kind of just want to get my own energy,
yeah,
surrounded in my own energy. Things that give me peace. So I play music, video games, just stuff like that, just to unwind and get away from it. I like turn my phone. Like if people have my phone number and they call me, I probably won't answer. Not because
absolutely.
not on purpose, but it's just I put my phone down when I'm at home. My phone is rarely in my hand. You got to catch me out and about for my phone to on me.
I love that. And that speaks to last week's show when we were talking about dopamine decay. And you do have to quiet it. We don't want to keep the phones at large and have them control our lives. And I loved what you said at the end of the show, get out there and touch the grass. That was very powerful. And so if we're talking about dopamine, and like we're excited, we're running off the adrenaline, we're staying after the show, and you owe no one any apologies if you leave. That's just what it is. That's the power of the pause. That's the stillness. So that's the medium of the constant, right? We give the output, and then you have to keep yourself within and do what you need to decompress and to come back to within your stillness and your quietness. So if we're talking about the power of the pause, I know you mentioned video games sometimes help. Music is an outlet for you, which is very dynamic. So let's dig into that music just a little bit. What got you back into the studio in that aspect?
I was never really in the studio, so boom, what's going on? Um, so here's the thing.
Hi, Boone.
And there's a lot of I don't want to say conjecture because then people gonna be like, this nigga talk cool on Fridays and then get the Wednesday, but my vocabulary is cool. But no, so I like music so much that being able to create it was something that I've always liked process. Thinking about something, writing it, having this vision. That's kind of how when I podcast, that's what it is. It's kind of like what is the vision of the show or what I've seen. And so being able to kind of create, music, it's fun, it's freeing. I know a lot of people don't like AI music, this and that. For me, it's an outlet. As somebody who my mind is always constantly going. That's why a lot of times I have to be by myself, think a lot. A lot of visions, thoughts, ideas. Like my brain don't shut down sometimes. So sometimes I have to do stuff to, get what I see out of my head. So being able to create music, it's fun. Um, it's a cool process. I don't write music like that or produce, but it gives me a chance to get some of the music that I've always enjoyed or hear or feel in my head out to be able to listen to it forever.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, phenomenal. I don't know what people's beef is with AI music, but hey,
Um, I can't speak for everyone, but some people feel that I don't have no soul, and I guess that's kind of true. I don't know. I don't make music. I just enjoy it, but the music I feel always has soul. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's just them. I can't speak for everybody. I know I was against it at first. I was like, I ain't doing that. But then as I started doing it, it was freeing. Like I said, it's fun to be able to,
hmm,
like I said, just create a sound or just be able to, you know, they did hate Jesus, and that's an old black dude told me something. I always think about it. He was like, they crucified Jesus. What you think they're gonna do to my black ass? And I just always kept that. But anywho, no, just being able to create music, it's another. It's like I said, for me, I love music. Being able to listen to it, feel it, the rhythm, the vibe, the words. I mean, to be able to do something like that for somebody
hmm,
who doesn't have the real talent,
right.
I'm never gonna be like, oh, I'm a musician. No, I'm not. I just create music that I like. Um,
Hmm.
I've shared it with some people, so um,
Absolutely.
So, but for me, it was just fun. It's just freeing. It's just like I said, another outlet. Um,
Mhm.
Create or try something different, take a risk, make something, do those.
Absolutely. And it gives you a chance because you're a writer, you know, um,
Kinda. I
and
dabble.
well, I'm a writer and I love being able to assist in that capacity because songwriting is very powerful. I write poetry, I write all kinds of things, and having the ability to use that as an outlet and share my writing with someone such as yourself to create such a phenomenal project. um, it like creates that competitive noise, I think, for some people, and they just kind of, I would say, don't accept the fact that maybe sometimes they had to go through hoops and ladders, but there are more talented people out in the world that, with technology changing, we have the ability to uh, give a little edge in architecture to our talents as well. May not fit their platform or their reality, but that's the architecture of presence, right?
Ah, ditto. I, I'm sorry, I had a song in my head playing. So there's a song called Location. It's a
Mhm.
DJ. I don't know his name, and I swear I'm sorry, but it's Ty Dolla Sign and Wiz Khalifa, and it's electric. I don't know. Like I said, for me, music has always been something that I've enjoyed. I was kind of in a choir as a kid. Um,
Mhm.
couldn't carry a tune, but I was singing my little heart out in the back.
Ah.
But it's just I don't because it's relatable. Music is that thing that no matter how you feel, it tells an emotion.
Mhm.
That's what I'll say. For music, for me, it tells an emotion. The deep and some people like think I'm sad all the time because I listen to a lot of not sad music, but the soul music. Like it's like they telling a good story, like they putting their heart into it. Like a well sung song for me beats any kind of beat. Like a singer who can
Yes.
really sing,
Hmm.
amazing. Um, like
Absolutely.
and that's the one thing about music that I love that you can hear all these different kind of voices and talents and sounds and just feelings that just can't replicate sometimes.
That's right.
I
It's
feel.
that lyrical content, right? Which is why I'm gonna self plug right now. My first book is called Lyrically Lost in Love. I do love music. I too was a choir girl for about 12 years.
I was there for about one day. They kicked me right the hell out. It was like, yeah, brother.
So unlike you, I wasn't putting it back. I was in front with solos. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wanted to be up front. They didn't want me up front. Story of my life. I was
That
like,
was
yeah, you tall, sit in the back. I was the tallest fifth grader they ever never seen.
oh
Crazy.
my gosh. Well, I would like to thank you, and I want to say keep architecting. Architecting is something that is going to create a legacy, and you have come into this habit of excellence.
It's
And
totally by accident. None of this is by design. It is sheer
which
luck and me just not quitting.
and that's what makes it so phenomenal because you have this stretch of self. You know how to go into the stillness when you need to. You're very cognitive in the sense of creativity and architecting, but when you need to fall back, you know when that happens. And within the 6 year stretch that you've been doing this, you're still doing it. And that is the positivity in all of it. And so, if we're talking about the cognitive ceiling of stillness, you are 100% in presence with it. And I am honored to know you as my brother and work with you, as well as Boom and Court. And so the powerhouse continues. And I would like to thank you for pivoting into the show. We did make this one global heck of an episode. So we're going to take us out. I would like to say thank you, DC, for joining me
I
today.
say one thing.
Yes, absolutely. What
I
would you
think
like?
the next month is mental health month, if I'm not correct.
You're absolutely correct.
Take care of your mental. Somebody who went through a long year last year, 2025 was the longest year of my life. Take care of your shit. Don't let grief hold you back. Cause my dad's passing. I held on to that for a long time. Sometimes you gotta let go. Um, but you gotta take care of your mental because some people think it's a fictitious thing. Trust me, I can tell you, it ain't. I thought it was one of them fake things, fake news. Nah, it's real. You gotta, we got at least 16. Boom, we got at least 16 mental health months, 4 PTO days, and two excusable holidays if you ask HR rightly or correctly.
I
But
think y'all need to send me a memo and we will discuss this.
I think it is like 6. But anywho, I got off the beaten path. But no, take care of your mental health. Like seriously, make sure you're checking in with your peoples. Get to know yourself. Sometimes you got to go deep in the woods of your own mind and really sit with yourself to really, see what's going on. And sometimes it's a scary thing, but it's really necessary. I feel way better. You know what I mean? Um, Getting back to being 100% goofy, as usual. But for real, take care of your mental health. Make sure you know what I'm saying, talk to someone if you need to. Don't harm yourself. If someone loves you, even if they don't tell you. Anything else? I'm sorry, I feel like I took over the show at the end.
No, I love it because I was going to ask you what would you like to say to the people
Oh yeah,
to
that's
go
it.
out. So yeah,
Well, listen to good music, even if you make it yourself. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But sometimes good music will help you get your vibrations up. Sometimes you got to center yourself and meditate. Do some self care.
That's
That's all
right.
I'll say. Find your zen. Whatever helps you, help you.
Uh-huh.
I think
Find
that's
your dopamine, find your stillness, find your zen.
and center yourself. You got to
Center.
find balance.
That's right.
Top it
There.
over.
Uh-huh. And be yourself. Uh Nobody can walk in your shoes but you. You have to live your life how you decide to do that. Hopefully it's on the bright side, the good side, to be a good human. And like DC said last week, get off the phone. Let the decay go. Get out, touch the grass.
Well,
Touch the
not right now because it's
Not right now.
10 o'clock at night. When it's daytime, I don't know where y'all live at. It might not be safe. I don't know nobody going outside. DC told me to touch grass, and now you don't do that.
Yeah,
Daytime when it's safe.
that's right. When it's
Safety
safe.
first, then teamwork.
Right. Would you like to tell the people where they can find you?
Nope.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Don't worry
We're
about it.
incognito. If you would like to
If you
reach
see
these
me out,
three,
you didn't even see me.
oh, we taking an Eminem, right?
That wasn't even me.
That way you.
It looked like. But no, you can find me anywhere. The podcast is everywhere: iTunes, Spotify. I haven't put out an audio episode in forever. My bad. I've been slacking. I've really been zenning. It's just been I've been chilling. I'm bohemian bumming it. It's been crazy. I need to get my shit back up and actually get back to work. So this weekend, I promise y'all I'm gonna buckle down and put some music on. I'm gonna have every episode. I ain't put out an audio episode since February. But you can catch all the videos everywhere
Mhm.
live: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, sometimes Instagram. I be lazy on putting that into my bad job and I've been chilling. But I
And
appreciate y'all who watch. Make sure y'all tune in Tuesdays for the Court Report and Court Report
yes.
Radio. Wednesday night for What the Shit. Friday night here. The Sexy Couch. I know I've been slacking on that too, but it'd be like, man, I get home, the sun's still up. Music.
Yes.
But I'm gonna get back on it. Y'all have fun. Appreciate y'all. I don't want to
Absolutely.
overtalk you, but
It's
I got
okay.
nothing else.
It's okay. I
Oh, no, thank
appreciate
you
you.
for letting me take over a little bit. Not often I get to
Absolutely.
do this. I'm lying, I do it every Wednesday. But
I
no. Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. You're welcome. And thank you for coming to the show for the pivot. I would like to take us out on one logical lash. So, DC, I will see you in the green room in a couple moments.
Yeah, I'm out.
Thank you. There you have it. We have completed episode 5. I thank you guys for sticking with me for the strategic pivot that Creative Logic Productions has made tonight. To welcome my brother, DC, to the show. I want to give a shout out to my other two brothers, Courtney and Boom. We love you guys. We are family unit. You guys, we are one umbrella, one structure. Wednesdays are fun and
Love
mayhem.
is strong words. Her words, not mine. I appreciate y'all.
See, we're not going
I
back
do
to
love y'all.
Wednesday.
Y'all.
Yes. You tell people, okay, so we're going back to the lash because he just jumped in with that non-love with the essence, right, of last week. So I'm going to take us back on a pivot real quick. Tell people that you love them. Tell people that you love them. You never know what tomorrow will bring. Live for today. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday's gone. Today's today. If you care about people and you have that spot within you, share that. Hug your family. Tell them you love them. No matter what's going on in your life, it's hugely important to make sure you're staying within that capacity of stillness and cognitive ceiling. This is LaShawna D. Hinton for Vibes from Venus. And thank you all for watching. My Venetians that are on regular, I appreciate you guys very much. And I will see you next Friday at 8:15.
These are vibes from Venus, where the mind learns how to breathe. We sit with truth, unpack the feelings, and let the soul speak honestly.